Hello, follow along as I attempt to start to declutter my flat. We are currently looking to move, so I've decided that I'm going to declutter everywhere, which means opening all of the cupboards and emptying them all and then cleaning them and putting them back. I haven't managed to get the whole thing finished, but I thought that would be a nice little task for next month. Just a little top up for you all of what I've been up to. I did start in the living room. I normally would have started in the bathroom or in the kitchen, because the kitchen I clean multiple times a day. Getting the dog hair out of this rug was my number one job to do in the very beginning, because our allergies were all flaring up. So I wanted to stop all the sneezes. So we've done that. Also, we've been getting a lot of spiders and things, so might as well just clean it all up while we're at it. I have had a very interesting month. So this month, everything has changed for me as a parent and as a person. And it's going to take a lot of adjusting. I don't know how you all do it out there, to be honest. I need to know where I am and what I'm doing at all times. I used my scrapey hair thing, but I got so tired. I think I got 90% of it up. And you know what? I had to do that once every day, no, more or less, because her hair just falls and falls and falls. I have a German Shepherd, so she is very, very hairy, and I've also got a cat, so that doesn't help matters either. I'm decluttering because when we leave, I don't want to have to take all of the stuff that we don't need with us, and I've not been in a very good place mentally, so I thought decluttering my house would be a very good way to release some of the stress and maybe unclutter my mind a little bit. There's been a lot of change for us as a family, and change isn't easy for me to deal with, as somebody whose mind goes 24 hours a day, 24/7. It doesn't stop. Just talk, talk, talk. So it's been very hard to concentrate. So what I thought I would do is write a list. So I got my notepad and I wrote a list of all of the jobs I would like to get covered, hopefully, between this month and next month, the month you're watching now. And then next month, I did drop my camera on a couple of occasions, but that doesn't matter. The phone is absolutely fine. I started on this cabinet, and it was absolutely easy because there was literally nothing in it apart from some school books, which were going to go in my bedroom because they're in storage at the moment. Because I don't like throwing away their educational work. Just because I can see how far they've come. The random crap, though, that you find in these places is unreal. You will see me carrying a bag everywhere I go, because I carried the bag and I filled it with all the stuff. And then I wiped down this vial, I cleaned this, and then I went with the bag and I just put everything where it belonged and where it needed to be. But I had great fun doing this, and I have kept up with it. It does still look rather good. However, like I say, this is going to be a bit of a process, because I would like to declutter the whole of the house. I currently have 2 children under the Senko team, so life has been very stressful trying to juggle that, and then my boy going into year 7, because he has his taster days at his secondary school tomorrow and Tuesday. He's very excited, and I am awfully nervous for him, but that's what parents do, is it not? So yeah, I spent all month cleaning. The number one thing on my list, I think, to get done is make sure all the little repair jobbies are done as well. So I'm doing the declutter now, so I can get on with all the little odds and sods that need doing. Like a couple of my doors will need changing, and that sort of thing. Here's Ernie helping, so we decided to cut up all our fruit and box it all up and put it in the fridge. So it was all ready. It was cut, and he wanted to help, so it was ready to grab straight from the fridge. He's been a big help this month in decluttering. You will see them all pop up randomly throughout the video, because they enjoy helping. Not always, and I don't force it. I let them come to me. But anyway, back to my children. I've got one in the process of being diagnosed with ADHD, which is a diagnosis I don't really understand myself. So that's something I've been getting to grips with, as I have a few traits of this myself. So it's been a bit easier than I thought it was. I think I set myself up to fail there a little bit when I didn't need to. And then my Ernie, we don't quite know what's going on with Ernie, but he's booked in for an operation next Sunday, which will clear all the fluid from between his ears. And so we will see as he begins to hear better, is he going to feel better? Is he going to be able to talk better? Is he going to understand more? We just need to wait. We just need to be patient and make sure we get that done so we can move forward with him. But my daughter needs more assistance currently because she's quite emotional. Her emotions flare, so she tends to be louder than the rest of the children, so she gets in more trouble. But we're dealing with it, and she's actually come a long way. She was very naughty at the beginning of the year. I was having a phone call every day to say how naughty she'd been, etc. And actually, over the past, I'd say 3 months, that's not happened. She's been as good as gold. She's just as confused as we are, and she's working well with the school, which I'm proud of. And she's coming to me and she's talking to me when she's got any issues. And that's what I need, to be honest. Otherwise, because if I don't know, I can't help. And I've told them all this. The same with Stanley going up to secondary school. I know he's got reservations and there's always going to be worries. I just want my children to know that I am the sort of person you can come to and explain. And I will not judge them for anything. I will just listen and see if I can help in any way. But he seems pretty confident about it. They all seem pretty confident about it. But I think deep down they're worried a little bit. I mean, I was scared. I remember walking into my secondary school, looking around and going, oh my God. Didn't know where anything was. I didn't know where to go. Nothing. It scared me. It was huge. But after a few years, you do get used to it. I mean, after a few months, you'll probably get used to it. My boy's pretty good at picking things up like that, which is quite helpful. So, yeah, he's all right. He's dealing with it better than I thought. So they're going to get the secondary school bus in the morning. He's going to walk up to his friends and they're going to get the bus from there. If you are still watching the video, thank you very much. I went on a bit of a ramble there. But here's me just clearing out the cat's litter because she stopped using the litter tray. So I don't know why she's been digging in it. Because as you can see, I've just emptied it into my bin. There's nothing in it. She doesn't use it. She goes to the toilet outside quite happily. So I don't quite know why she went in there and scraped it all out and made life hard for me. But that's just about normal for my cat, to be honest. She's a bit of a dick. Bit like my dog, so she used to like to go in and eat cat litter. I had to stop for a little while until she learned that she was not allowed to eat it. And then we put it back, because when I'm not here, I like to make sure that Sooty's in the house, just so she doesn't run away or think she's been abandoned or anything like that. I did give it a good bleaching, but I actually ended up throwing this away. I'm laughing now because I did clean it, and I did spend some good old time making sure this was clean. To just look at it in the end and go, do you know what, actually we don't need a litter tray anymore. We're just going to bin it. And you will see me do the same jobs over and over and over and over and over, because although we are decluttering the house, and I've done... I do the cupboards. I wasn't in a rush though, so I did like one cupboard a day, or I would squeeze it in where I could, where I wasn't busy. But there is always going to be the washing up, the laundry, the hoovering, the dusting. That is always going to be there, and it's never going to go away. So I feel you, single parents out there. I do feel your pain. But we crack on with it and we get on with it and we get it done. Although obviously I do have my George, so I have my George at the weekend, and that's a nice break for me. So I'm quite grateful for that. I am very grateful for all the support I've had recently. It's not been easy on me and the kids, but with the family we've got around us, and their birth family, it's been really good. They've been really supportive. And here he is again, helping me clean and tidy away. He was deciding what was going to be thrown and what was going to be kept. So everything that was being kept was being put into the box, and everything was being put into the bag. So again, I could then clean down the cupboard and then add everything back to the cupboard that belonged in there. I also wanted to make sure that everything that didn't belong in there, that was in there, was put away. And this is the main reason for this declutter also, is so that I can find things and everything has a home. I want to know where everything goes, and I want all of my children to be able to know where everything gets put back, because obviously they can't do that if if I'm a mess, they're a mess. And if I'm not organised, how do I expect them to be organised? You know, if my room's a mess, their room's not going to be tidy, is it? And that sort of thing. So I'm really, really trying to keep up with my own messes on top of keeping up on their little messes. They have now got into a little routine of tidying their bedroom every morning, same as me, just so that when it comes to it later on in the day and they come home from school, they can literally just come and unwind, because I don't want them having to come home in the evening and clean. This cupboard was quite tricky, actually, because it was a lot fuller than I expected it to be. But I did have a great time. I found a few treasures in there. Also, a whole giant loom band collection that obviously isn't getting used currently. And some random SIM cards and nappies and things. Because I've decided to keep my nephew's nappies in there. Because I have Lucas on a Tuesday and Jacob on a Friday. It's just easier for me to have the nappies on hand. That book, Mr. Twiddle, that I just showed up there, my mother read that to the three of us growing up. So I brought it for my three. They didn't like it as much as I liked it, but I didn't have the heart to throw it away because I didn't want to. Here's me taking the sofa out and doing all behind and underneath the sofa. Didn't take as long as it normally would have done because I've been quite regular on keeping up with the cleaning. There's a lot being done just so that I can keep on top of what's already done, so that when I move on to do the next decluttering task, it's not all piled back up on each other. I was proper firm, made sure I did all my borders and stuff, and put the internet back up, which I realised by the time I'd put it on the stand, it was broken, my router, snapped in half. But never mind, it's clean now and it's fresh. And I tell you what, there's a lot less sneezing going on in the house with all that dog hair gone. I did try and do a bit of everywhere. But like I say, I started in the living room because I wanted to get that done first, so I could then move on to a new room. Because there is no point starting one room and then flitting off into another like I have been doing. I just like going off on a tangent a little bit, to be honest, because I end up doing things that don't need doing when I've already started a job that did need doing. So I'm trying to condition myself to make sure I finish a job before I move on to the next one. This wasn't as disgusting as I expected it to be. I expected it to be absolutely vile. And it wasn't. It was all right. But this giant hole in the back of my sofa, my cat fell through it the other day, so we're going to have to get a different one. So I've had to tell them that they're not allowed to take the cushions off, because I don't really want my cat falling in the sofa and me not noticing, to be honest. Because she never made a sound. I had to put my arm in there and she grabbed my arm and I pulled her back out. But I don't want to get a new sofa until I've got my new home, or until I get a new home and I can just know how much space I've got in order to put this new sofa, you know, and what sofa I was going to do. Halfway through this, mine actually got a bit of the cleaning bug. And decided to sort through their room. So this is me just sorting through all the books that they wanted to give to their cousins, sorry. But some of them I wanted to keep just nostalgically, and some of them were good reading practice books for Ernie, so I put them to one side, and I've actually got them in my own person. So there is quite a few, and this wasn't even a dent in their collection of books. I mean, their shelf is still proper stacked. Books are something that I love. I absolutely love. I'd rather they were reading a book than playing on Fortnite, but unfortunately we can't have it all. And they do a mix of the pair. There's me just checking in. They moved the whole bedroom round in the end. They did a very good job. They did what I was doing, and they decluttered as they went along, so they sorted out every space. This is all the stuff that me and Annie found on and in the cupboard. I just thought I would sort through it all while they were doing their bedroom. I really need to get into my bedroom and wash the walls and the skirting boards. That'll be a job, I think, for the next month coming up, because I will obviously do another month video. The dog, I think, just is done with my cleaning and my sorting and my singing, I think, mainly. I think she's had enough of me singing at her. But I'm not singing at her, I'm singing because I'm cleaning. This, I had to catch on camera. This was adorable. All three of them did the washing up together, and I was very grateful. So they did get a treat for that. Here's my bathroom before. Yeah, it wasn't great. No. And there was Big Spidey. I said hello to Mr. Spidey. This is me. So what I was doing was these are the cupboards I plan on doing entirely. I've only managed to do a couple so far. This unit I completely emptied and I broke it down and I put it in the bin. Why is there a need for this many toothpicks? Please tell me. Why so many toothpicks? But yes, it was such a relief to get rid of that bloody cupboard. This is them showing me their new room. Room reveal. They've got a desk. And then that's where they've chosen to put Ernie's bed. Very nice. I was very happy with it. It looked lovely. This is me sort of emptying this shelf. So what I actually ended up doing is using this shelf here that I'm clearing currently as the shelving for the bathroom. And it looks a lot better. And my room actually has a little bit more space, if that makes any sense. But here's me sorting through all the crap that I had on top of there. Half of it was to go in the bin, to be honest with you. It's just all, you take it out your pockets and you put it on the side, don't you? You don't think about it from there on out because your bedroom isn't the main place. But I like to keep my bedroom clean because if my bedroom's clean, I've at least got my own little sanctuary to go to retreat to when I'm feeling like life is a little bit too much, which happens, unfortunately, more than I would like. But never mind. So yeah, actually took me quite a while because I was on the go slow, and I don't quite know why I was on the go slow this particular day. I can't remember, but I was, and I wasn't feeling it and didn't want to do it. But I thought, you know what, you've got to just crack on and do it, bin all the crap, Bethan, and get on with it. So I did. I binned all the crap. And I had a free shelf, so I used the free shelf and I put it in the bathroom. I thought that was ingenious, to be honest with you. It looks damn sight better than what that manky one did. So I'm quite happy with it for now. Still talking, still going. I have an insane amount of children's memorabilia, so like all of their artwork, their schoolwork, their books, the lot. This is the cupboard. I think it looks brilliant. I think that looks a lot better than my bathroom did before. This, I had a whale of a time doing this. This is a foam that you put down your toilet and it bubbles all the way up. You scrape it a little bit and then you flush it. I did that a couple of times and then I went in with the good old bleach because you can't really go wrong with the good old bleach, can you? Had to wipe away the men off of my toilet seat because we are outnumbered in this house, women. Our women are outnumbered, so yeah. But yeah, we just gave it a good old clean. I just wanted to make sure that everything was clean. And then what I decided to do is I put this in here, but then I also decided after I had done this to make myself a basket to put in the bathroom with all of the toilet cleaning products in it, so that next time I don't have to go siphoning through all of the cupboards to find the stuff that belongs for the toilet. So I thought I might as well just leave it in the bathroom. This I had great fun with. So I follow a woman called Anna Katerina, and she cleans people's houses for free. She's sponsored by a few companies, but she does it for free. And this was a trick I learned from her. So this is just sift for my oven tops, and then I'm cling filmed it. Once you've cling filmed it, well, I left mine anyway. I left mine for 24 hours. You can see the insane amount of dirt in a minute that came off those hobs. And it was a lot, but we managed in the end. It took a bit of scraping, I have to say. Still took a bit of scraping to be able to get the bit that was burnt on off of the oven, but that is gone now, so I'm quite happy with that. Considering it's a new oven, I didn't really want to waste it, do you know what I mean? So this is the cupboard next to the oven. I thought while I was waiting for food to cook, I'd just get in there and give it a clean, so I did. And then I restocked the cat and dogs treats and put them in the cupboard. I need to go shopping for some more. They need more treats. My cat and dog eat lots of treats. Not too many, obviously, within reason, because my dog was fat at one point and now she's a nice healthy weight, so we want to keep it that way. But I just thought this looked a damn sight more organised. I think it looks better. It looks brilliant. I thought also while I was at it and I'd done the bathroom, I'd sort out my makeup. So the stuff I put in the bag in the middle, I've put away for storage. It's stuff that I'm not going to use every day. There are a few treasures I found in here that I will start using. For example, lip liner. There was some highlighter, but I'm not convinced. Never tried using this. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed decluttering with me. I've really enjoyed making this video. I will do the same next month with all the rest that needs decluttering. Here we go. Look at the rings of dirt. The most satisfying bit is still to come. So we get to peel off all of that yuckiness, all of that film. Ugh. Look at that. Look at that. Wipety wipe, wipety wipe. So this is the bit we had to get out with the scraper, and I did film it, so that should be coming up any minute now. But I got my mate to do it because she's got a bit more arm strength behind her than what I have. I put it on fast mode, but it actually took us a very long while. But yeah, here it is, looking all brand new again. She didn't want to go too hard because she didn't want to scratch the surface. And so she didn't. But we have thoroughly enjoyed watching that lady's videos and taking cleaning lessons from her and her wonderful business. And I love it. I think this looks brilliant. I am so happy with this.